WBUR Podcasts, Boston.
I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and you're listening to The Common. Today, we have a story about how social media can actually be helpful. I'm talking to activist and community leader Elizabeth Amador. Elizabeth uses Instagram to help Spanish-speaking residents navigate local government bureaucracy to get the help they need. She answers questions about rental and food assistance, how to get a driver's license, education, you name it. And people really seem to trust her. She has close to 17,000 followers. And check this out. Elizabeth has a full-time job working with the state's Department of Transitional Assistance. She does this in her free time. When we learned about Elizabeth and her work, we just knew we had to have her on the show. So, without further ado, Elizabeth, welcome to The Common.
Hi, Daryl. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So you're doing all this stuff on your free time. I am very interested to know why you even have to do this. Tell me about the information gap that is out there for Spanish-speaking residents of Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's very sad. A city councilor reached out to me after my article that Marcela did at the Globe.
Yep, Marcela Garcia. Shout out to her.
And she's like, oh my God, you are eliminating the secret knock. Like, there are services that some community know and others don't. So my Latino community, they were so behind. But now it's like anything they want to know, they'll go ahead and ask me. And even if I don't know at the moment, I look for it. I inform them because I just feel like you said, why we don't know the information.
What resource do you find people requesting the most?
The most that I get is rental arrears, their utilities being shut down, shelters, it's huge. Housing. Right now, I'm getting a lot of citizenships because I've been focused also on getting my community naturalized so they can have a voice, so they can vote. So I've been working with that a lot. And the license for the undocumented has been huge, Daryl. Oh, my God. Since the first step in November when it was approved, till now. And I get hundreds of messages, asking me what documents do I need. And then I let them know. I let them know every document they need. I let them know what document needs to be translated into English because they need to be translated. And also they need to make sure that there is an additional document that the notary public has to complete. It needs to be stamped. It needs to have a letterhead, like all that. I make sure that they know. So I post examples like of letterhead so that if and the notary publics that are watching me can also be up to date. So that's very, very big on the page, the license for the undocumented.
Tell me about the people you're helping. Like, who are they? What are their stories? Where are they living? What are their jobs? What are the challenges they're facing? Talk to me about some of these folks.
Well, I see a lot of different folks. I get to help citizens, U.S. citizens. I get to help people that are here legally with a green card, TPS, asylum, refugees. I get to help people that are undocumented. I have those that don't speak any English at all, that are trying to get to learn English. I get these folks that are having a very tough time in life, depressed with their housing situation, who have tried to commit suicide and have reached out to me. I can say that, thank God, I've been there. People reach out to me because they are addicted to fentanyl and they need help where they can call. Everything you can imagine, I get on messages.
This is very deep work. It's way more than just translating words people can't understand. This is people's lives we're talking about. Has anybody from either from the governor's office or the city, anyone in those positions, have they reached out to you about opportunities to do this work full time?
No, no one has reached out to me.
Wow.
I did try reaching out to some folks just, to express the need that my community has.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't really successful.
Have you gotten any recognition at all?
I don't know who sent it, but I received a citation from the governor's office at my house. It was a citation because at that time, my followers received almost $300,000 in assistance for rent arrears, by me providing the link, telling them where to, what to do, where to apply. And as of today, that have grown. My followers have gotten over $410,000 in raft funds, but I have not gotten any recognitions.
Why do you think people come to you for help specifically?
I believe I have built a credibility in my community. They see my work, they see my passion for what I do, and they trust me. They trust me with everything. When I tell you I get all those personal messages, they see me as their voice.
We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
Politics has never been stranger or more online, which is why the politics team at Wired is making a new show, Wired Politics Lab. It's all about how to navigate the endless stream of news and information and what to look out for. Each week on the show, we'll dig into far-right platforms, AI chatbots, influencer campaigns, and so much more. Wired Politics Lab launches Thursday, April 11th. Follow the show wherever you get your podcasts.
And we are back with Elizabeth Amador. What are your goals for the account long-term down the road? Where do you see yourself headed doing this work?
Well, my goal is to build a 503, a nonprofit, to be able to assist more. I buy movie tickets. I buy Franklin Park Zoo tickets to people that tell me, oh, the Boston lights are so beautiful, but I don't have to take my kids. I'm in a shelter. I buy them the tickets from my personal funds. I've sent Uber Eats at times. So those things, I do it from my funds. And I would like to have like a nonprofit where I can have enough funds to help these folks out, especially those arriving undocumented.
What's a story that sticks out to you?
I have a lot of stories to tell. I can write a book.
I bet.
But one that I can mention, it was when I started this in Instagram. I had this young girl in her 20s with 3 kids. She was having a tough time in shelter. They weren't helping her out. So I was like, okay, I'm going to call the governor's office. I called the governor's office. I left a message. And the person called back because they're very good about calling back. And I explained to them what was going on with my follower and that she was having a tough time. And they placed her right away. Till this day, she sends me messages thanking me. And that was almost 2 years ago. So things like that are very gratifying. And it makes me very proud that I can, help them out. And I have really impacted many, many families.
Why do you feel like you need to do this? I mean, technically, this isn't really on you, right? This is a failure somewhere else, right? Why do you feel the need to step up?
I've always been like this. My dad was the same way. I really can't explain why I feel the need, like I have to, but I have to. I don't know how to explain it. I feel that my community doesn't have someone like me who cares, who really wants to help, not for the money, because I don't get paid. This is something I do independently. But those that do get paid, where are they?
Mm-hmm. And when you say my community, who do you mean?
My community is everyone that's here in Boston, in Massachusetts. I even help people in New York City, Connecticut. I had this lady handicapped, on dialysis, blind. Her apartment in New York was falling apart. I called everyone, even AOC.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Did you get her?
I didn't get AOC, but I got some other people. Her apartment's fixed.
Love it.
And that was all because one of my followers went to New York City and saw how she was living. And she said, oh, no, I have the person that can help you. So she put her in contact with me.
So, Elizabeth, let me ask you this. You're doing all this talking. You're telling me about how you're helping everybody else, and it's just something you need to do. What do you do for yourself?
Well, I need to do more. I really don't do much because I'm always helping. But I need to work on that.
Yeah, you gotta give yourself a little breather every so often, you know? It helps.
Yeah, I really do.
Elizabeth, this has been an absolute pleasure. If people are listening to this and they want to help you out, what can they do?
Well, you know what I do too, now that you say if they want to help me out? Every Monday, I do Donations Monday.
Okay.
So that's something else that I do on the page. I ask people if they have something they don't use or something, that's still in good shape and they don't want it, to donate it to me. And then I find someone that needs it. Someone in shelter, someone that just came out of shelter. So I get a lot of donations. I have been able to furniture a brand new apartment because someone came out of shelter. So I give, I've donated beds, furniture, baby items. It's huge. At that time last year, there was no formula. I donated hundreds of formulas that my followers were giving me, and I was giving it forward. Just one weekend, I did 171 cans.
Wow.
So I also do that. Right now, I was also trying to get people to donate me $25 gift cards for back to school. But so far, only gotten 6. But
Folks,
things
step
like
it up.
that. So things like that, I try to help out somehow.
And where can people find you on social media?
Well, my main Instagram page is Elizabeth Amador Boston.
How do you spell that?
ELIZABETH AMADOR BOSTON. Elizabeth Amador Boston.
All right, folks, hit her up. Congratulations on your success and everything. And I guess just thank you. And thank you so much for coming through to The Common. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
That's activist and community leader, Elizabeth Amador. And that's our show for today. Thank you so much for listening to The Common. If you like what you're hearing, folks, please go to wherever you listen to podcasts, rate and review us, especially on Apple or Spotify. We would really, really appreciate it. Thank you ahead of time. Also, if you want to get in touch with us, hit us up on Instagram at WBUR-TheCommon or send us an email at thecommon@wbur.org. I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and I will talk to you tomorrow.